Oh,
We're
baby.
back, baby.
We're
Let's
hot
get
right
it.
now. We're hot. Let's go. Keep them coming.
Woo!
Throwing Hands podcast. We're back with another banger. Our first
Go,
champ
baby.
on the podcast. First
Yeah,
female,
buddy.
right? First female to get a KO. We got to confirm that with her, but that's what we're seeing everywhere. First female to get a KO in bare knuckle.
I'm excited, man. It's raining and the spiders are out. The
Mm,
Black Widow's coming through. She's leaving the web, coming through to kick it with the throwing hands, boys. Couldn't be happier to see her here. Inaugural champion. Inaugural women's featherweight champion. So that's the first ever in this division. Building this featherweight division up, building it around her. So excited to see her come through today.
absolutely. And she did it all the way out in Dubai, too. Amazing.
What an experience that must have been. 3-0, 3-0, all first round finishes. So she's gonna be a puzzle to solve. I don't know. I don't know. They're gonna have to dig deep on the competitor list. Gotta bring in some vets, bring in the cyborgs, the Nunez. Like, let's go.
Yeah, she's quite the character too. Just listening to some of the podcasts she's been hopping on, she's exciting, man.
Yeah, definitely gonna be an interesting podcast here today.
I like that. I like that nickname too, though, man. The Black Widow. That's like, isn't
Yeah,
that Griselda Blanco?
I don't know. I
I
don't know,
gotta.
maybe, but I don't know. To me, it's Jessica Borga, baby. I even I even got the spider. I got the Anderson tee on.
Ooh,
The
let
spiders are out. The creepy crawlers are out, baby. Let's welcome her on, brother. She's in the lobby. Let's go. Women's featherweight inaugural champion, Jessica Borga. Welcome her to the show. Okay. How
Let me
are you,
actually get
Jessica?
this. Good. I had to get you guys. I went inside thinking maybe the Wi-Fi was better, but I'm gonna actually get you back set up where I had you originally.
That's amazing. Just the grind never stops, huh?
No, I gotta do it when I can. So, all
Mm.
right. So I'm ready when you guys are.
Can you,
How's that?
Do
How
you want
Jessica?
it
cold's
this
that
way?
water? 40
Yeah,
degrees?
yes, amazing. That's better.
Yeah, the water. It's you get used to it. You know, it's 40 to 50 degrees all the time. I'm using a deep freezer. I turned it into a cold plunge, so
How long do you generally go in there for per session?
no more than 5 minutes a day. I usually alternate it with the I have a red light sauna and infrared sauna in my house, and I'll go in that for 10 to 20 minutes, and then I'll come in here for usually 3 minutes, and then I'll do that about 2 or 3 times.
Mm. So you got a red light sauna in the house, and
Yeah, I have everything. I have a hyperbaric chamber. I have I literally have everything you can possibly think of for recovery. Recovery is so important. I have an infrared sauna that's like it comes over you, so it's like a tomb, and it has like red light therapy and everything with it. I also have like a inversion table. I have yeah, compression sleeves, everything.
wow, just an elite athlete. I've always wanted to get a sauna. I'm looking into getting a sauna right now, but they're just so expensive.
They are. You can find pretty cheap ones on Amazon though. This one I actually they had a payment plan on it, and I want to say like the total was under $1,000, but it's nice. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of space, not like a stand up one, but it works.
Got the bare knuckle belt there too. That's amazing.
Yeah, I wouldn't stay on top. I was trying to hang it from the thing. I'm like, I got a pretty busy day today, so I'm just trying to fit it all in.
We
Well, yeah,
appreciate you.
we appreciate you. Appreciate you taking the time and bringing out the hardware because we were definitely hoping to get a glimpse of that bad boy.
You guys said it
You
was the
must.
first chance, so
Oh yeah, let's go.
yeah, man,
How
I
did it
love this
feel?
sport. I love this sport, man. It's still I think surreal and kind of hit me a little bit that I I did everything I did in 26 seconds. With a two-time world champion boxer, it took some time to I think process, and I knew I was gonna win, but man, it couldn't have gone better unless I wanted to do it faster, I guess.
Yeah, can you talk about that a little bit? Because even just today, watching back that fight again, and just seeing your walkout, seeing you get in that ring, the emotions after the big knockout, you celebrating, letting out those big screams, and it honestly just gave me goosebumps. Even just saying it now made me really emotional just watching that back. I can't imagine how you felt.
Yeah, it's man, I've had a hard road to get where I'm at. And every time you hear me let out that roar, because there's no explaining how it makes you feel to accomplish what I have, and with the battles I've went against. It's supposed to be people telling me it's impossible. People telling me that I should have quit at times. People telling me that I'm not going to succeed. The people that beat you down and don't believe in you, it just makes it all worth it. I love proving people wrong. I love when they say I can't. I love that challenge and just proving to myself what I'm capable of every fight. It's just an incredible feeling. There's nothing better.
That's amazing. Amazing to hear.
It's hard to explain and put into words, it's surreal.
So being in Dubai too, just that alone's an experience. Just to fight on an international card, and then to be the inaugural women's featherweight champion, first of all time in that division. Have Connor wrap it around your waist. Doesn't seem like there could be a bigger moment.
No, I mean, there definitely hasn't been in my entire career in MMA either. Um, it's just to have even Connor, wrapping around the belt and giving me the props he did afterwards, and the acknowledgement, the recognition. Finally, the recognition after, like, years of grinding, years of blood, sweat, and tears. Like, anyone who's in a combat sport, especially females in a male dominating sport, it's not easy. I've had injuries that would have made people quit multiple times. I don't have any quit in me. And that's the one thing that I want to inspire to people is don't quit. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. If you keep putting in the work, it's going to pay off. It will pay off.
Yeah, that's great advice. So, which fight was that? An MMA fight that you fought through a broken jaw and a fractured
Yes.
nose?
Yeah, man, I'd love to get her in bare knuckle. Yeah. Yeah, that was I hit it from my corner multiple rounds. It was in the first round. I had 2 fractures in my nose, and that's actually what broke my jaw because I had my mouth open. I was a little slow on coming up. I had my head a little bit too down defending the takedown, and she came up with the knee, and I saw it. Luckily, I was pulling up, so it wasn't as bad, but there's still 2 fractures in my nose. So of course I could not breathe out of my nose. It was just like pouring blood. So I felt it the moment she did it. I felt it. I'm like, son of a bitch. Like, I hit it very well, obviously. My coaches are like, why'd you hide it from us? I was like, because I wanted to win. But yeah, that one didn't go my way. But yeah, it hasn't stopped me. Like, that's one thing. That's one of the injuries that somebody was like, so are you done now? And I'm like, no. No, I specifically, to that injury, they gave me 3 choices with that surgery. And one of them was to just wire your jaw shut, but it's not as durable. You can break it easy again, apparently, with that. So, and it's only 6 weeks, and it's just not very durable. Then they gave me an option of going on the inside and putting a little plate on the inside, and it's a little durable, but still not as durable. If they're like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to continue with your career? I was like, absolutely. So I picked the major surgery of them going through here and putting 2 titanium plates on the outside, and it's durable as hell. so, so I mean, it's been doing great, and I made that choice for a major surgery instead of just a minor surgery because I wasn't done with my career. So, you got to do what you got to do if you're not done with your career.
That's
Wow.
right.
First female with titanium jaw as well.
That's what they try to say, that it might be, oh, it might be an advantage. I'm like, no, it's not a freaking advantage. Like, it's not an advantage to have something broke, before, it's not an advantage. Am I going to use it to my advantage? Sure. Why not? A lot of people might be a different fighter after an injury like that. But honestly, it just has always fueled me to be better. And my head movement is way better. So there's that. I've had 3 bare knuckle fights and I haven't even really had a scratch. I mean, a little bit of a bruising on the last one. Actually, she got me one time, but I think it actually broke her hand. She posted some post and tagged me in it, and she had a cast on her hand. So I don't know. Maybe I'm that hard headed that it broke her hand.
That
So
titanium.
in 26 seconds, my face broke her hand, and my hand broke her face. So
Jeez.
yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, that was
Anyways,
that was quick work for you. She came out
it
swinging
was.
though.
I was
You
very
had that
lucky.
nice head. Yeah, you had the good head movement quick, and then she got to know who Jessica Borga really is after that.
Yeah, I thought I was kind of showing it with my first 2 fights, but I guess it really does take, a high caliber opponent, a big stage. Sometimes you just gotta wait to prove who you are at the right moment, and this was definitely the right moment for me. And I can't wait for what's to come. I want some big names. I want to show how and that I am the best in this sport. Especially this sport is my sport 100%.
Made for bare knuckle.
Bare knuckle. Bare knuckles where it's at. I mean, I love MMA. I started with jiu-jitsu. I always loved jiu-jitsu. I'm a black belt in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, I've been with my instructor Ross Kellen since the beginning of my career, and I love it. I love MMA, but man, there's just something that I feel so much more comfortable and at home, and I get to release something that I never released in MMA. And it's just who
Mm.
I am. It's just fits my personality to the T.
Did you give yourself an IV in the past?
I can do that. Yeah, I did veterinary medicine for a long time, and so yeah, I can give myself IVs. I have like the glutathione and stuff like that you can put on, so it's kind of like a banana bag if you need it. I train a lot in like a warehouse, so I sweat a lot, and I do the sauna, and I do like that. So I'm watching my dog, making sure it's not getting in my stuff out there. But yeah, I can do that. So it's a huge advantage. A lot of people are like, I don't know how you stick yourself, but I don't know. I'm a different breed.
Do they let you rehydrate during the weight cut with an IV?
I don't ever usually need to during the weight cut. I walk around very close to my weight class, so I don't have to dehydrate a whole bunch, but I don't think that's allowed after weigh-ins. Like I don't think you're supposed to rehydrate that way. But I don't usually need to. I don't like to dehydrate a lot before a boxing match anyway. I like my brain to be full of fluid.
What is the walk around weight at for you?
Anywhere between 148 to 153. That's where I like to stay.
Wow.
Yeah, I stay right next to, and I make it known too. I'm not like a weight bully. I'm just very strong for being a woman. I'm extremely strong, and I got a very powerful punch.
Yeah, you look very strong. You were shredded in that last one.
Yeah, I've been walking around pretty much lean, 16% body fat for the last year and a half. Really on my diet, really focused, really, I had a surgery that made me, before that, I had a surgery that made me gain a little bit of weight, of course, because it was a major hip surgery. So I've been really on recovery. Recovery's been very important, especially since all my injuries that I've had. I've battled some tough injuries, and the rehab and the rehabilitation and all that stuff that's after surgery to make sure that you get back to how you want to be is so important. I take it very seriously. Now, I didn't before. When I first started my career, I was really bad about it. Really bad.
What made you get into fighting?
Domestic violence. I was actually raised in violence, so I've always been very comfortable around violence. And I think that's what makes me good in such a violent sport because I was raised around it. It was very, normal to me, I guess you could say. My dad when I was growing up, he was very, very abusive. He tried to kill me and my sisters and my mother multiple times. I was kind of continuing the cycle with my son's father, and previous boyfriends, but I decided to get out of that cycle and went and started self-defense. And the moment I started doing MMA, I was like, this is what I was meant to do. This is exactly, this is my life. This is what I was meant to do. And I'm going to be here to help other women. So now I have a nonprofit for domestic violence victims as well. It turned something bad into something good, though. I actually appreciate my past because it's made me the complete savage I am today. So without that, I don't know if I'd be the person I am today.
Sometimes the journey kind of molds us into who we are, but that's great that you're using your platform to help others now get other women out of bad situations.
Yeah, we actually have a seminar this Sunday at 1 p.m. and it's in Palm Harbor, and is a lot of us actually coming together. My nonprofit, the Widows Web Incorporated, along with Ignite Her Incorporated, and we're getting two of us black belts, me and Jeffa. She's really known in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community and BJJ community, but we're going to be doing some self-defense moves, and we have doctors coming in for the mental health aspect because it is Mental Health Awareness Month, so it ties into it a lot. It ties into everything, mental health awareness and recovery, and doing stuff for your mental health is so important. It's more important than anything, in my opinion.
Yeah, it truly doesn't get talked about enough, mental health.
I think a lot of people are ashamed and they shouldn't be. You can't help like the things that I've had to battle with. You can't help what happened that caused you to have the mental health issues you have. You can't it's a lot of times you can't help that, and you can't help that it happened to you, and you can't help that you are dealing with it. But what you can help is how to overcome it and how to deal with it better. So, and it's a huge, working out or just training in general, not even, you don't have to do a sport, for competition, but just to do that is the most underutilized antidepressant out there. It's a huge portal for mental health. That's what it helped me to begin with, before I started my healing, all that good stuff with mental health. So,
Yeah, it's an important thing, mental health for sure. Ties in with physical as well. I seen some of your videos. You're using that earthquake bar, doing the shoulder press.
yes, yeah.
How much does that thick bar weigh?
I don't know. I have to ask him because he just started that one with us. He just got it in. He was so excited about it. My strength and conditioning coach, he loves that thing. But it's so awesome because that in particular will help all like your spine, all the little tiny muscles that never get worked. That helps those muscles. So those will help your stability. Those will help prevent injuries, and it's incredible. I'll have to ask on how much it weighs though, but he's putting more and more weight hanging from it. So
Yeah, I saw that. I was pretty impressed. I'm like, that's got to be at least 70 pounds.
yeah, and I was gonna say today he had 25s and 10s hanging from each side, and we were doing squats and stuff like that today. So he'll be releasing that video soon.
And then I seen Dave the Redneck Mundell's working out there a lot. Are you guys training partners or?
Yeah, we actually go to the same shift combat as well. We go to shift combat for boxing, and I actually started going to Fitness 360 because of him and his coach, and that's Nick, my coach now as well. So yeah, he's been a huge impact, and I respect Dave Mundell so much. He's just a champ in and out of the ring. He's a great help as a teammate, even as a heavier man. He's a great training partner. He has helped me so much. I love that man. He's awesome.
We want the redneck on Throwing Hands podcast. Maybe you can put the word in for us.
Yeah, absolutely. He would be willing to. He's such a great guy. Seriously, he respects people that give the time to help us as well. It's a lot of people. You guys don't get the respect that you guys deserve either. So we respect that a lot.
No, I was live at Bkfc 66, and Mundell was supposed to fight King Mo before King Mo fell out.
Yeah, he was bummed about that.
So yeah, I was super excited to see him too. I was pumped to see Mundell, but I did see him walking around on the floor with his belt, and I was like, it was like I was in Disneyland. I was so excited. I was screaming. I was like, Dave Mundell. And he came over to me. I couldn't believe it. He came over to me and the wife, shook my hand, took a picture. So stand-up guy. He totally made my night there too.
He's great with the he's great with just anyone, honestly. He's got a good heart, and I mean a savage in the ring. I relate to him a lot, honestly. Him and I are very similar, very similar. We're both pretty much cowgirl, cow guy, cowboy, cowgirl from hell. So we're good, but we got a savage side.
Just uh, just going back on the whole McGregor thing. How what does that mean to you to have McGregor so involved in bare knuckle right now?
Well, I think they're doing the right things with him. Honestly, I know he wasn't. My opponent actually was in his clan, so I think he was voting for her to win. He was. I think a lot of people were disappointed, but to have him bring the sport up, it's important. I think they're doing all the right things. I think he's doing a lot to help the sport in many ways. So it's awesome to have him there.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I was gonna say to you too. It looked like he was having a little bit of mixed emotions when he was putting that belt on you too. Like he just seen one of his friends get knocked out cold, but he also sees a big superstar in bare knuckle in the future. You know?
Yeah, that's I think it's not like he totally hated it, but at the same time I'm like I'm sure like you said, it's mixed emotions. It's
Yeah,
like, "Oh, dang." But
yeah. He sees the money too.
having having a marketable champion helps. Not to say that she's not marketable, but I get all the aspect of it. I get the smart movie or the money making aspect of it. Um, but to have a girl that can knock people out is not common. So, I was the first in bare knuckle history to ever knock a female out. So, yeah, that I get that part. It's good to marketability.
Yeah, speaking on that, that's one thing we were wondering. So there has never been an official KO in a female bare knuckle fight.
Nope. I'm the first. I made history by being the first, and technically I was the fastest. They tried to say it was 32 seconds, but when the ref actually called it, it was 26 seconds. So it was actually 26 seconds, but so they're trying to fix that, and I'll be the fastest in BKFC for female finish. I think the other one was Taylor Starring with a TKO at 28 seconds. But I also am, the first champion from Lakeland for boxing. So that's nice out of my hometown, little tiny, little rinky dink, Polk County. So that's nice. I did a lot of first, the first female to ever get KO of the night because there's never been another female to KO. There's been a lot of TKOs, but there has not been another that's knocked out cold. So I also am the first that caused concussion. So they were actually the doctors make the stats, and saying how safe this sport is, and there hasn't ever been a female concussion until I did that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of firsts there.
yeah, there's a lot of happening in 26 seconds.
First female to knock out Cyborg in bare knuckle as well, or
I would love to. I would love to fight Cyborg. And I think it'll, if she decides to come to bare knuckle, I'm sure it'll happen. I don't know if she's planning on that. I know she's a little older. I know she's towards the end of her career, but she's still boxing. I just don't know if she wants to take those gloves off because it is a different animal. She lost to Nunez, and that was with gloves on. So, and I had the same power of both of them. So, it's power against power, Cyborg against Cyborga. Um, I think that I'm a different animal in there. I have full confidence in myself and my ability in that ring.
If That's not a main event. I don't know what is.
Yeah, I definitely think they would make that a main event for sure. I think they probably want to get some more girls in the division and play with it a little bit first, like they, build the division because that's what we really need. We really need, and I'm hoping that the title will do that to build the division. We need to bring some girls in.
100. Um, even some of the other fighters, would you be interested in anyone who is maybe willing to come up in weight class? Does any fighter, does anything excite you?
Like Misfit, yeah, man, I
Yeah,
would
like
love to
Misfit.
knock her into through the mat, honestly. But yeah, I don't know if she's gonna. I've already offered to meet in the middle. She wants to be a 135er now. She wants to fight at 135. She wants me to cut down to 135. If she's gonna call me out, I don't even have to even cut the 5 pounds that I offered at 140. I really don't. You call me out, you can come fight me at my weight class. I'm not like a weight bully, so it's not like I'm cutting a lot. I'll fight you at 145. You walk around between 135 and 145 is what I'm told. So it's not like you cut you're not cutting, you're not having to gain a lot. So meet in the middle at 140.
Yeah, no weight cuts necessary.
Yep, and she wants to say that she's the queen of violence, and which is it's fine if she wants to say that she's the queen of violence, but if you look at her fights and you look at my fights, who's more violent? I mean, it really, I think it speaks for itself, but yeah, I would love to just finish that little quarrel that we have.
Yeah. If you want it, you got to come get it. You got to come up in weight class.
Yeah, if you're going to
Um,
call someone out, you're going to their weight class. It just doesn't make any sense.
no, I could see Feldman though trying to make you come down to a catch weight and make the Queen of Violence title.
That's what, yeah, I would love to fight for that title just to end it because I will retire her.
Damn.
Oh, shots fired.
The sports are constantly evolving. There's always going to be someone, and there will eventually someone, I'm sure, thinking that they're the bigger, badder bull coming in. Like it's always evolving. There's always going to be someone that's eventually bigger and badder, or you're just getting older. One or the other. It's
Yeah,
just how the sport goes. And it's my time right now. She can step aside or toe the line.
it's Black Widow time.
Yes, it is. It's finally my time. Out of all the shit that I've went through, it's my time, and I feel the universe. It's my time. It just is.
Definitely.
You deserve it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's been like I said, it's been a hard road, but I'm thankful for it because it really has made me a complete savage. It's shown me what I'm capable of, and I just there's nothing that I'm not able to accomplish. There's nothing. I'm fully confident in that. I'm happy with that. It makes me unstoppable.
Yeah, that's so admirable. Um, who do you like to watch fight, Jessica?
I like to fight. I like to watch fights every now and again, and I watch opponents sometimes, but honestly, I fight because I like to fight. So I just like to go do it. Watching it, unless it's in live person, I like to watch it live. But watching it on TV, I hate watching it on TV. I'll do it for like research purposes. My coaches will send me things and I'll watch it and I'll watch, sparring and stuff like that. But I'd rather be there in person. So I try to make it to as much events as I can. But who do I like? I like Jod. Jod, she's a great fighter. I like watching her. She's aggressive. My teammates, always my teammates. We have such great team with us, at Shift Combat. We have, top contenders and champions and really good bare knuckle boxers. So that's always exciting. So May 2nd's coming up and we got 3 teammates on the card. So I'm excited.
Yeah, that's amazing. We're excited too. We're excited anytime. I mean, we got Bkfc Italy this weekend too, and we can't wait for that.
Oh man, I would love to fight in Italy and it's in like a gladiator stadium. Like that's freaking awesome.
Oh,
I was all about
unbelievable.
that.
What, that was your first time in Dubai, right?
That was my first time ever in Dubai. Yeah, I'm just grabbing something outside real quick.
We won't hold you for too much longer. We know you're busy.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to grab my drink and stuff like that, so I make sure that the dogs aren't gonna get it.
So after that fight in Dubai, how does the Black Widow celebrate the win?
Honestly, I just enjoyed Dubai. I stayed there for a week after almost, and enjoyed the scenery and enjoyed like just soaking it all in because it took a while for it to hit, I think, for really to sink in that, I did all that. And I don't know. I saw all that happening. Honestly, I saw like me doing everything I did, manifesting and like I had dreams about it going that way, and it's just crazy to believe that like that it happened. I believe in me, but like just it couldn't have gone better kind of thing. Like, man, that was that was just perfect, you know?
So in your dreams, you literally seen yourself knock her out that cold.
Literally it happened exactly the way it did in my dream twice before the fight, and it was like 2 weeks before. It was 2 weeks and then a week. And I'm like, I told my husband, I told like multiple people about that actually. I was like, oh yeah, and yeah, every time I talked about it, I would get like goosebumps and like it just I knew it was gonna happen, and just when it does, it still hits you, and it still takes time to soak in fully.
Just curious to know if you still get like nervous and scared before a fight.
You know, it's crazy. With MMA, I did a little bit, especially when I was in like the top 10. I was more nervous because there's more aspects of it, I guess. But with bare knuckle, it's different. You get emotions throughout fight camp. You don't want to let people down. You don't want to lose. You don't want to. There's always those emotions, and if people tell you that they don't have them, they're lying. That's a human. It's human nature to feel worried at times or whatever. But I'm never scared of my opponent. And in bare knuckle, honestly, the last walkout I did for this fight, I was the most calm I have ever been. Ever been. Like, there was and my teammate had just fought before me and didn't do so good. And I'm like watching him, before I go and walk out and getting my mind, getting back to my fight and not trying to worry about that. And a lot of things happen, but man, I have never been so calm walking out and in that ring as I am in bare knuckle. And that's even scarier, because I'm just a dangerous person in there, and I just had that confidence behind it, and it's hard to beat someone like that.
Yeah.
That's to my kind. Do you think maybe that walkout song kept you calm too?
Yeah, it was different than my normal ones. Everyone kind of was like, huh, that was a different song that you walked out to. I was like, I know. I said, but that song in particular would give me goosebumps, would give me it. I resonated with it. I love that song. So anything that I resonate with, I got to walk out to, because it doesn't, I don't care what it does for the crowd. It's all about me when I'm walking out. So it could have been that song. I don't know, but I was calm, collected, and ready. I was just so ready.
Yeah, you were seeing those shots in there. It was like you were
Try to be the bigger bully, honestly. So we were surprised about that. Her coming in like that. I was like, oh, okay, we're doing this. That's interesting. I really didn't think that they were going to do that. I thought that because she kept talking about her boxing and stuff like that, that she was going to think that she was going to outbox me. But instead, she chose to try to be the bigger bully because I'm usually the bigger bull and more aggressive. So I think that she thought I was going to do worse if I was bullied, which is definitely not the case. It's definitely not the case. But I was very happy with the short little performance that I did, but I still let her hit me once and I didn't like that. Not that it affected me at all, but I don't even want to get hit once, you know? I blocked a lot of her shots though. So, I mean, I did good, but I could do better. I can always do better and I always see what I do wrong. So, my coaches love that because they say that, you know, that's what pushes me to strive to be the best every day. Why, you know, I work so hard in the gym and I'm constantly there and all that other stuff.
Amazing.
So do you have another date in mind, or do you have like somewhere that you want to be for your next fight?
Oh man, they have Japan and I want to say August. I want to say they're doing Japan in August, and I would love to have a fight by August. I do not want to wait around for another year. I don't think that they're going to be lining up really that fast either.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping for the best. Honestly, I hope. I know not everyone can just come in and fight the champion, so I think that they're going to probably do like a contender fight or something like that to see who could fight for the title. But I just hope there's more girls that are like coming into the organization now. I think it I think it'd be awesome. I just want to build the division.
Yeah, I need at least one more Black Widow KO this year.
Yeah, definitely. At least one more this year. I don't want to wait around for another year. This last fight actually was supposed to be sooner, so that's why I was actually closer to my weight than I usually was, and I came in at 143. So, like, yeah, I was expected to fight a little bit sooner, but I'll take it at any point in time. But I've been literally ready for a fight the entire year. And that's why I also like to be closer to weight class too. I can fight at last minute, out of the country or anywhere. I am ready right now.
Hmm. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Uh-huh. That's a huge thing because I used to gain a lot of weight and then drop a lot in MMA and then gain a lot and it was just a struggle. It didn't make any sense. And then I got my food right and then I paid a lot of money to get my, you know, you get your digestive tract checked, your blood type and what foods work best for you and all that stuff. I put a lot of time and money into being as fit as I am and as healthy as I am and putting the right things in my body and not the crappy things in, you know, I choose to do better for myself now. And I wish I would have done that a long time ago, but it is what it is. You know, it's a learning curve. It's constantly learning and evolving.
You got the champion's mind state. It's matching the hardware.
I really feel that. I really feel that like this why it's my time is because I put the effort in every aspect of my life into this. And I think a lot of people may underestimate me in how big my drive is, except for my coaches. Literally, like they'll tell all of my coaches will tell you how hard of a worker I am, if not the hardest worker in the room. Like I put the work in. I am dedicated. I'm like diet everything. If we go, you know, all go out to eat, I'm the one that's still eating healthy. I am dedicated to it and I live for this sport. So I think it's underestimated some because I do a lot of other things on the side too, but this is my main focus and always is.
Bkfc got themselves a dedicated superstar, dedicated champion.
That's what, you know, there, you still got to do things on the side too, though. You know, I have multiple businesses. I do the whole OF thing, but my family comes first. I have 3 kids, so we have multiple sports and stuff like that that they're into all the time. So if I'm not at my practice and training, I'm at their practices and training. You know, it's a go, go, go life. You know, the hustle never ends, never ends.
How old are your kids?
2 boys I have one stepson, one of my own, and they're both the same age. So one just turned 15, the other one's fixing to turn 15, and a little girl, which is also my stepdaughter. But I treat them all the same. They're all my kids. She's almost 10. She'll be 10 on the 30th of this month.
How do they feel about watching Mama fight?
Oh, they love it. They love it. It's hard for my son to watch in person, but they love it and they are very supportive, especially in fight camps and stuff like that. But they love watching it and they love telling everyone that now I'm champ.
Yeah, my mom will beat up your dad.
I think my stepsons use that one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But their dad is also, I mean, we met at Champions MMA, so he's been doing MMA for 20 years. He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's wrestled, he's boxed. So he's also dangerous.
Jeez.
We don't really need an alarm
Champ.
system.
At the championship bloodline.
Yeah, and they're on the same path. I mean, my son's in hockey. He's in the varsity team for hockey. My stepson, he's in FFA leadership. He does football and soccer, and he's on the right path for all of those. So, yeah, we have some dedicated kids.
It's amazing.
Maddie's on soccer and gymnastics, but nothing too big yet. She's still young.
I hear ya. My daughter's in gymnastics too.
Nice. Yeah, that's just fun for her. I don't think she's gonna actually plan to do that seriously.
Build strength.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, I did gymnastics when I was a kid for a very short period of time, but it was fun.
Anybody you want to shout out? Any, like, last words before we let you go back to your busy schedule?
Honestly, we got some boxing fights tonight that I'm going to be going to at the OCC. I have a friend, kind of like a teammate. He helps me out a little bit. Martin Brown, he's going to be fighting on the card. Edgar as well. There's some other good fights lined up. So I'm excited to go to that tonight. But shout outs, I mean, everyone. I have my sponsors. I just made a post with all my sponsors. They helped me tremendously with recovery and everything in between. I really, truly appreciate all of them and my team, my family. I mean, I couldn't do it with that. It takes a village. Honestly, it does. And all this goes to them as well because I wouldn't be who I am without every single one of them. And thank you guys for having me.
Oh, thank you so much, Jessica.
Yeah, we appreciate you forever.
Absolutely. Sorry the connection wasn't the best, but I appreciate the time nonetheless.
We can't wait to see the Black Widow Borga back in there.
I can't wait either. I'm good to go. My fists are
baby.
Yeah,
my fists are good to go. I mean, they're ready for the next one.
Amazing. Just keep us posted on some fight news, and we're looking forward to getting you back on.
Thank you, guys. It was nice to meet both of
Great
you.
day, Jessica. God bless.